Hi everyone, this is Dr. Garima Shrivastava. Welcome back to my channel. In this video, I want to talk to you about being more compassionate and kind towards our own selves. So during this lockdown time, we've been talking about how to be more productive, how to take care of other people, how to be at the top of our games, how to be less anxious. But we also need to talk about how we can be more kind and compassionate towards ourselves. So, I'm going to give you some easy tips, some ways by which you can try and change the way you think about your own self so that you can be more kind and compassionate towards yourself. So this time is difficult but also ironical because on one hand we do agree that it's a difficult and challenging time where we're barely able to do a lot of the things that we're expected to do, and there's a lot of balancing act that we need to put up. So we have to be on top of our deadlines, we need to do home chores, we need to take care of family members, we also need to take care of our own needs. But at the same time, we're also putting some kind of demands on ourselves to be extraordinary in many ways. We're wanting this time to be a phase where we are finding ourselves, we are finding our long lost passions, we are becoming better cooks, we are rebuilding our relationships. Well, all of this can get very taxing because it's anyway a difficult time, and on top of that you are feeling this pressure to be extremely productive. Well, in this video, through the 6 tips that I'm going to give you, it's going to help you relook at your own self differently and be more compassionate. So the first thing that I want you to think about is to stop comparing yourself with other people. So when you look at social media or when you talk to people, you may be seeing this near perfect image that they're putting out there. So everyone's a baker these days, everyone's trying out new cuisines. People are making dalgona coffee. They are enrolling themselves into a new course. They are taking up fitness challenges. So what I'm trying to say is that everyone's life looks almost perfect, but you do not know the struggles that they are dealing with. So it's all right if you, at the end of the day, just want to hit the bed, watch your favorite show, just cook a very simple meal, and you don't have the time, energy, or the inclination to start learning a new skill. It's absolutely okay. Do not compare yourselves to people or what you heard, because that may not be the complete story. So it's important to view yourself with compassion in whatever context that you are in and whatever it is that you want to do. So if you just want to do a little bit on a certain day, you want to do more of something on another day, it's absolutely fine. Do not take the pressure to do certain things only because others are doing it. So that's a great way to start being more compassionate towards yourself, which is by cutting down expectations from yourself. The second way that you can be more compassionate towards yourself is to identify your own coping mechanism. So everyone is dealing with this so-called stressful patch that all of us are going through collectively differently. So some people who are go-getters are on top of everything. So they are using this time, or they're trying to feel more in control by being extremely productive or extremely action oriented. While on the other hand, there are some people who are a little bit more laid back, or they take a longer time to process the stress that's or the change that has come into their lives. Both are all right. Anything that helps you deal with this newfound ambivalent state that we are in right now and helps you grapple with it in a better way is all right. So do not put pressure on yourself again to do certain things that other people are doing. What is important is that you identify your own coping mechanisms. So sometimes if sleeping over something helps you, it's great, but you should know when is too much. So moderation is the key, right? So it shouldn't be that you are all fired up all the time and extremely productive to an extent that you burn out and you're not able to do the same in a sustained manner over a period of time, nor is completely sleeping over something and shutting the world out. So being in one extreme zone when it comes to your coping mechanism might be problematic. Using a mix of this and that is absolutely fine. And also, you can have varying degrees of ways in which you cope with the problem. So there could be times when you talk to a friend, there could be times when you distract yourself, like I mentioned in the last video. There could be times when you just let it go. There could be times that you sleep it out. It's absolutely okay depending on what the issue or whatever the problem is, but there is no right way of coping with this problem or coping with this phase. I'd not call it a problem. Every way that works for you is the right way. The third thing by which you can be more compassionate towards yourself is by judging yourself a little bit less every day. So we are in unprecedented times. We have never been in this situation before. So obviously you don't know what is the right way to act or react. You may sometimes cringe at something that you said, did, or the way you reacted in a work call or while you were preparing for an assignment or when you were with your family members cooking dinner. It's okay. It's also okay to not be okay, because what each one of us is dealing with is absolutely new, unprecedented. So you need to let some of these reactions that you may make to certain situations go, or you should take it a little bit easily. You can obviously think about it later. You can discuss it with people who matter or who would understand you later. But in the moment, it's important to not judge yourself too harshly, because if you judge yourself too much, if you over evaluate or analyze yourself, it is not really going to help. One way of looking at it is in this way, that this is probably the only time in our entire lifetimes that we are going to experience something like this. So it's okay for us to be collectively confused and also find our own ways of dealing with it with little more self-compassion. The fourth thing by which you can be a little more self-compassionate is to just observe your thoughts, your feelings, and your behaviors. So, for example, if you're stressed out, what are the helpful or positive things that you are doing in order to deal with it? And what are the unhelpful or negative things that you end up doing, which may help you immediately, but not in the future? Again, not judging yourself, but just merely observing yourself. So for example, if you are very stressed after an office call, or you are stressed out because you're having to deal with too much of juggling of home tasks, well, an immediate response that you may have is to want to have a cup of coffee at the wrong hour, which would not let you sleep, or, probably trying to grab a beer. This helps you immediately and it would provide some respite. But you also have to think about what are the things that you may choose instead, which would help you in a greater manner or a larger extent. So for example, if you try and distract yourself, or if you positively self-talk to yourself at that time and say that, yes, this is hard, and you know what, I'm trying to do my best, and instead step out in the balcony, do a few deep breathing exercises, listen to music, or talk to a friend, it may be more difficult, but it might be a helpful pattern. So if you have to be compassionate towards yourself, it's very important for us to be more mindful of the helpful and not so helpful immediate responses that we have to our thoughts and feelings. Having said that, it is absolutely okay and normal for us to sometimes indulge in a little bit of unhelpful behaviors. And I wouldn't even call them unhelpful behaviors at that moment, because they might be acts of self-care. So if you do want to have coffee, if you do want to binge watch your favorite show, eat that ice cream, it's all right. Like, each one of us needs to do this for ourselves sometimes. But what I want you to focus on are certain patterns of behaviors and responses, so that you're able to build a stronger reservoir of positive ways in which you can deal with your little problems every day. The fifth thing that's going to help you be more compassionate towards yourself is to acknowledge that this pandemic has some impacts on people's mental health. The repercussions that this lockdown is creating is actually demanding us to do everything which is contrary to what you've been hearing all your life. So you can't go outdoor and exercise, you can't go out and meet people, you can't go out and work, you can't pursue hobbies. These are all the things that actually help us feeling healthy both mentally and physically. So in the absence of all of these activities, it would have some kind of an impact on our mental health. And I'm particularly talking about people who are more susceptible or who are vulnerable to developing certain mental health issues because of their past. People who are depressed, if they are socially isolated, it becomes more difficult for them. People who have, say, eating disorders or body image issues may have other set of challenges because of this quarantine, because they're not able to do certain things that are required for them to maintain an equilibrium. Also, they are constantly exposed to certain messages about quarantine, weight gain, which kind of makes them more anxious. Similarly, people who are prone to feeling more anxious are feeling more anxious because every outlet that they may have seems blocked. It is not absolutely blocked, but that's how it feels. So it's very important at this point to acknowledge what it is that you need as a person. So if you're a person that longs for social contact and you cannot have it, you would have to think of the best alternate in this particular situation, which means having certain video calls with people who really matter to you and who do wonders for your mental health. If you're someone who really swears by a good exercise routine, you would have to alternatively develop it in another manner so that it aids the entire process of your growth and development and good health. If you feel like watching certain things on social media makes you feel more anxious, then in order to be more kind and compassionate towards yourself, you may have to devise ways by which you cut down on social media use and instead do other uplifting or other positive activities. Compassion and kindness also means being realistic about our needs and wants and trying to have the best possible alternate in this given situation, which has some repercussion or some consequence for mental health issues. Okay, so the sixth and the last thing that I'm going to tell you to focus on in order to be more compassionate towards yourself is to focus on the here and now. So, uncontrollability and uncertainty are the two things which actually define this entire pandemic and the quarantine period. Focusing on something that you cannot change is not going to help, and also think too far ahead is also not going to help. So, if you keep thinking about how is it going to be after the lockdown is lifted, and how will my life go back to normal, will I be able to do things the way I used to, is not going to really help you, not because they are not good questions, but because we don't exactly have very certain precise answers. So instead, I would urge you to think about things which are real, which are present, which you have right now. Instead of focusing on something which is uncertain or you don't have a clear answer for, you could focus on things that you have. You could say statements like, or you could tell yourself things like, we have healthy food on the table, a family has had a healthy meal, everyone at home is doing well, I just filed a report, I just spoke to my supervisor, my children are attending online classes, I'm able to help some underprivileged people in my society in my best possible way. You need to focus on everything that is happening rather than things which are more in the future that you may not be able to address immediately. So even worrying about things like what's going to happen to the school fee that I've paid for my child, or this trip we were going to take in October this year, nobody has clear answers to these questions. We can get into debates, we can get into discussions, but that would evoke some kind of anxiety. So we should rather focus on the things that we have in control right now, and I would say focus on things day by day rather than focusing on them in terms of weeks or months. So this is the last tip that I have, which is to focus on the here and now. And within this, you should also focus on things like your breathing pattern, which I did mention in the previous video about how to manage your anxiety. So a quick recap of the 6 tips. Number 1, don't compare yourselves to other people because you don't know what their struggles and realities are. Number two, everyone has a different coping mechanism. Identify your own and work on that rather than trying to follow what other people are doing. Number three, remember these are unprecedented times. So judge yourself less and love yourself more in the present situation. Number four, acknowledge your real feelings and your reactions and try and see which of those are helpful and which of those are not helpful so that you can keep incorporating the helpful reactions and try and letting go of those who may help you in the short term but not in the long term. Number five, acknowledge that this phase has some mental health repercussions for each one of us. So try and identify your own weaknesses or your own needs and try and build a reservoir of certain resources which will help you during this time. And the last thing that I want you to focus on is to focus on here and now. Things that are present, that are real, that are tangible, that you already are doing, rather than focusing on things which seem like questions that you don't have the right answers or the correct answers or reliable answers for. So focus on whatever is in your control. So these were 6 ways of dealing with your own selves during this time of quarantine or lockdown with a little bit more compassion. I hope this video would touch a chord with you. I hope you would implement these strategies. I would also like to know what are the different ways in which you are trying to be a little more caring, loving, compassionate, and kind towards your own self. Please do share it. And I would also link my previous videos here because everything is interconnected. What's happening to us during this time of lockdown has some kind of links to different aspects of mental health. So please keep watching. Do like and subscribe the channel. Thank you so much. Stay safe.